All right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Let's take a look at some Iraq news. Also, I'll talk a little bit about the Indonesia Rupiah because another article came out about that. Is it going to lob? Is it going to redenominate and give value? Looks like they're going to lob. But they could always change their mind. Central banks are not to be trusted anyway. So they could come out and say one thing they're going to do, and then they could switch and do it and say, oh, never mind, we're actually gonna give value to it. So all depends on what they want to do. But here's Iraqi Day's timeline. And Abadi, I did speak about Abadi on the main channel, Currency 365, and how they were saying that other people were saying that he was going to be forming a new coalition coming out of the Dawa Party. Well, we got some news here from Iraqi Day, and it's coming from Abadi's Twitter, and it says, Prime Minister Abadi, I am not forming a new political party. Okay, Prime Minister Abadi, we will not recognize the Kurdish referendum because it's unconstitutional. Okay, Prime Minister Abadi, I will not think about the elections until all Iraq land is completely liberated from ISIS. Okay, and so that's the statements once again from Abadi. Once again, he's not going to think about the elections until all the land of Iraq is liberated. That tells us that we could be seeing a delay in the September elections, because I don't know if they're going to have Rawa, Qaim, Talafar, and Hawaji all done before the elections. Okay, they're moving very slowly for this reason. So it looks like they're going to be delaying those areas, completion of those areas, so they don't get the election on time, according to Abadi. Because he's not focusing on the elections. He doesn't care anything about the elections until those areas are completed. That tells me a lot. That tells me that he wants to delay the elections, because if the elections were very important to him, he would speed up the process of getting those areas completed. Okay. Also, he says that we do not recognize the Kurdish referendum. Well, of course he doesn't. He doesn't like the Kurdish region, anyways. He doesn't like giving them money. He doesn't like giving them their contractual dues. He doesn't like anything about the Kurdistan region. So he doesn't care about the Kurdistan region trying to go independent. It's unconstitutional, but they're allowed to go independent because they are their own region, right? It's like BRICS. It's like California wanting to leave, be their own union out of America. Fine. Every state has the ability to vote to become, to come out of the American Union or the Kurdistan region, especially when you're not paying them. The body shouldn't be surprised, right? You're not paying them. You're not. It's like LeBron James feeling backstabbed and surprised of Kyrie Irving. What do you, LeBron James? No one. He doesn't want to play underneath your shadow. He's a superstar of his own. He wants to make $200 million a year as well on another team. You know what I mean? Like, how can you? You shouldn't be surprised about stuff like that, right? Should it hurt a little bit? Yeah, it hurts, but it doesn't mean that you should be surprised about it. And also, Abadi talking about, I am not forming a new political party. Okay, so cool. Thanks for Iraqi Day. We haven't mentioned Iraqi Day in a while, so I just wanted to make sure that was clear on there. Here's something interesting. I don't know if this is a lie or not because I don't know how many people they have actually voted on. I don't know how many people were actually in the vote, and what the agenda is for this. Okay, but it says poll. We don't know who was in this poll. We don't know if it was corrupted people in the poll, people against, everybody that was in the poll. Majority of them were against it, and they knew they were against the independence. But anyways, the poll says 61% of Kurdistan rejects the independence of Kurdistan region. Now, if you ask all of Kurdistan region, I don't think that's going to be the case, right? But polls, and this is how they mind control us in the media, in the world, is by polls. Polls that you don't know who it could have been mice. It could have been rats and mice that did this poll, right? They put oranges and apples, and 61% of the mice and rats picked the apple instead of the orange. And they said, okay, 61% of Kurdistan region rejects the independence of Kurdistan region. And you sit there and you think that is actually people in Kurdistan region that are actually saying, yeah, we don't want to be independent from we want to continue to not get paid and not receive our oil dues and not receive anything from Iraq, that we're supposed to be contractually obligated to receive. That's mind. That's what's called mind control programming, ladies and gentlemen. Because as soon as you guys saw that headline, you guys were probably thinking in your mind, "Wow, Kurdistan people actually don't want to be independent," and they got you. You know what I mean? But me knowing that, I said this could be. They could have been animals. It could have been homeless people, right? we don't know who it was. That they polled. That's how they trick people with that polling. Yeah, the polling. Yeah, 90% of Americans are choosing Hillary Clinton over Donald Trump. Donald Trump looks like he's going to lose the elections by an embarrassment. Do you think? Why did Donald Trump run as president? And then they go into the spiel of I don't Donald Trump wanted to do this and that, and then on the night of the elections, Donald Trump beats Hillary Clinton. And these people are like, I don't know how this happened. Yeah, you do, because you were lying the whole time with these polls. And that's how they do us. Parliamentary Finance explains why the dollar exchange rate against the dinar. Okay, that's not even a complete sentence. Okay, anyways, it says Finance Committee MP on Sunday the high exchange rate of the U.S. dollar against the Iraqi dinar to increase the volume of external imports of construction materials. Let me see it. Now we know that there is a reduction in goods and materials and labor from today's article. They're reducing and at the ports as well, the borders. They're reducing the cost of goods and labors and materials now. So. That's a good sign that we're seeing an increase in purchasing power. Central bank withdraws 17 companies selling and buying the currency, and most of these are the money exchangers. If you're not going to pay attention, if you're not going to follow orders, if you want to be greedy, we're going to just get rid of you. Okay, so that's what they're doing. The CBI is just going to get rid of the money exchangers, and that's what they're doing. And all the people that are corrupt, that are stealing, or charging ridiculous, rates, differences in values, between dollar and IQD or whatever. They're getting rid of those people. They're going to bankrupt those people. Same thing Shabibi did, getting rid of the money exchangers, bankrupting them from doing business, outlawing them. Parliament approves revised budget, increase in capital of the central bank to 1 trillion dinars. Okay, so that's the news there, and let's go to Indonesia. Rupiah. It looks like they're lopping, guys and girls. Looks like this is a lop, not an actual purchasing power. This looks like a lop to me. Okay, government supports BIS's proposal to redenominate. Not sure why he's holding up 4 there, but whatever. Yeah, because he could drop 4 zeros or 3 zeros. The government has expressed its support for Bank Indonesia BI proposal to revise plans to redenominate the Rupiah, but has yet to decide how many zeros will be removed from the currency. Now, I did do the video on the main channel saying 3 zeros, but they could do 4 zeros. They are complementate. How do you say that word? Not complimentary, but compensating, something like that. Okay, they're thinking about removing 4 zeros and not 3. Okay, so looks like they're gonna stick with 3 though. So we have not decided yet whether we will scrap 3 or 4 zeros from the Rupiah. Okay, so this looks like a lot to me, guys and girls. Adding that he preferred to eliminate 3 zeros. Yeah. Look, they never even told me that they were going to eliminate 3 zeros. I put on there that they're going to be removing the zeros, right? But I did tell you guys that it's going to be 3 zeros, right? They didn't say anything about removing 3 zeros. They just said they're going to be, they're going to be cutting, redenominating, right? I just said 3 zeros because I just think that they're copying Iraq, and that's what I said. They're copying Iraq, but it doesn't mean they're going to copy Iraq all the way to the monetary policies of an RV. They could copy them and do a lot. That's what I said too. I said that they're going to copy Iraq. So is Iran. So is Vietnam. So is South Korea at some point. But that doesn't mean that they're all going to have the same outcomes. I believe Vietnam is going to get purchasing power because of their economy in the last 6 years has been awesome, and they're going to give back to their citizens with purchasing power. And I believe Iran's going to also get purchasing power, but it looks like Indonesia is going to actually lop and not get purchasing power. So pretty disappointed in Indonesia. Let's see here. But that could always change. You just never know, man. These people could take you one way on purpose and then do the opposite. We've seen it from China and so many other people as well. Okay, they could go one way and then say never mind, and then give purchasing power at the last minute. So we don't know what they're actually going to do until they do it. Says if the 3 zeros are removed, the resulting figure is similar to many people. If you eat at a restaurant and see 40, I guess it's $40 or 40 something, okay, on the menu, 40 real. I don't know what the 40 is, okay, because it doesn't say dollars done, so it says 40.00 on the menu. That means the price is Rupiah 40,000, which is US $3. He explained. Jeez, my goodness. Okay. Wow, that's confusing. Okay, so let me repeat that. He says, if you eat at a restaurant and you see 40.00 on the menu, that means the price is Rupiah 40,000, which is about $3 US, he explained. Okay, that's going to be confusing for a lot of these people and the citizens. I bet that's going to be confusing. Okay, what else is he saying here? He says that the House, the BI governor calls on the House representative to immediately approve the redenomination bill into law, stressing that it's the best time to eliminate the zeros. Now they're trying to beat out. They're basically telling us what Iraq's going to be doing as well. Iraq and Iraq saying it's time to go, right? Because they got Mosul and they want to take advantage of that victory into the world's eyes because Iraq is victorious in the world's eyes. They want to take advantage of that, and they got the meeting with the IMF coming up, right, and the World Bank on the 1st of August apparently, and a lot of people are saying that well, these people inside of Iraq are saying that look, on paper the 3-0 notes have come off. We're going to see the ATMs. We're going to see the credit card, the MasterCards, and then we're going to see the change in value in the lower notes, or the lower notes and change in value here soon. So right now is the right time to go ahead to do that. And now, so that because of that, and because of that type of movement, and because of Alak being so happy, Alak talking a lot, Alak being out in public again, coming out and shaking everybody's hands, inspecting the international bankings, international standard, everything that he needs to do to change the value and come into a reduction in goods and services and materials. These other countries are noticing that, and now they're putting out these types of stuff like it's now time. Now is the right time to make a move. Okay, so we have Indonesia Rupiah ready to make a move. With their looks like a LOP that's coming, redenomination LOP that's coming for Indonesia. We got Iraq ready to make a move in their monetary, and launch their monetary policy and bring Iraq back to the international stage. And they got a meeting on August 1st with the IMF and World Bank, it looks like. We have SegWit coming in for Bitcoin, for cryptocurrencies, to make Bitcoin faster transactions and smaller fees, okay, and scaling wise. And then we have Wisconsin technology company on August 1st is going to be implementing the mark of the beast, the microchip technology into their employees. all of this is coming by August 1st. I don't think this is a coincidence. I think, and also Iran is also just spoke out and said that they're going to be within the next couple of coming weeks, they're going to be removing the Riel, and going back to the Toman and dropping some zeros on that and coming out around 3,000 Toman to 1 USD, and then probably from there raising the value, giving purchasing power going all the way up to maybe 5 cents. I'm putting this as my words added into it, but if they're going to start off at 3,000, that means they're going to copy Iraq, and they're going to then let the rate go up as they build back, as they build out of the sanctions and build back up. They'll probably see a nice increase from 3,000 all the way to about, let's say, 5 to maybe impossible 1-to-1, right? So, in my opinion, I think the Toman or whatever you want to call it is going to go to maybe the 5 cents, 15 cents, 25 cents, maybe 50 cents at the top end. I don't think it's going to go past that. Most likely it might just end up around 5 cents to 25 cents. From 3,000 all the way up to about that range, and then stay somewhere around there, about 15 to 25 cents. That's just me, but I could be wrong. But it's still money to be made in that. And yeah, so that's what we had. And we also had in Vietnam talking about they're ready to go, just waiting in the wing for the opportunity I'm pretty sure once Iraq makes their move. And they did swap. I think they did currency swap with Iraq a couple of weeks ago as well. They did some business deals with Iraq. So it looks like they swapped some currencies as well. So that's what's going on. It's an interesting time. This week into next week is going to be very interesting. A lot of things are going to change. A lot of things are going to happen. We just got to go through it. Let's see what the results are. By this time, let me actually see. Today's Tuesday. Yeah, so by this time tomorrow, this time next week, it's going to be August 1st. So it's going to be interesting what happens between now and August 5th. It's going to be interesting to see what happens because all these things are happening, all these things are going on, and a lot of these emerging markets are ready to go. They say it's perfect timing. And then, of course, the cryptocurrencies and the Bitcoins and stuff like that. I think once we get past August 1st, we're going to reap a lot of harvests, in my opinion. I think the key is to just get to August 1st, see all the things happen, and then we'll probably most likely we're going to reap the harvest of August, of the doom and gloom of July. We're going to reap the harvest in August. So that's my hope, and that's what I'm seeing, especially with the cryptos, but also with the maybe Iraq and other things like that. But it's also going to bring in, this fast movement to the mark of the beast micro tip technology as well. So the fact that that's coming on August 1st tells us that we should be at the end of the RV in Iraq and all these other emerging markets making their move, because that's what's going to bring in, the wealth transfer is going to bring in the market of the beast as well. Okay, so that's what we have, and that's what we're seeing, and it looks like a lot of things are coming to an end. Keep your head up and hold your head up high, and if you're getting nervous, just pray about it and relax, take some deep breaths, and let's see what happens, men and women of Eyes Open Media. Let's see what happens, and that's it. Peace out, and eyes open to the truth, and talk to you guys later, man. Keep an eye out on that CBI. They're making a lot of changes on that CBI, and they're putting up the new pictures. They're making changes. I want to see that. I want to see that hosting site link up with the CBI.IQ and give us that new rate. That would be awesome as well. Peace out, everybody. God bless. Bye.